gorgeous. Today we're going to talk about how to use the law of attraction in your 2020 Soulpreneur business planning to create the life and business of your dreams. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the Powerhouse. Vanessa Long here, coach, trainer, and creator of the Powerhouse Business Academy. For regular motivation and soulpreneur and coaching business strategies, make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Our inspirational quote today is from Jacqui Pretty's book, A Book Blueprint, and we are on page 7, where she says, "Now I know that planning isn't sexy. As entrepreneurs, we appreciate impulse, spontaneity, inspiration, and leaps of faith. We don't have time for planning." And of course, the entire point of this book is to help you lay out a plan for the book you want to write. So obviously, she goes on to explain why you do have time for planning. In fact, you have to make time for planning. And that's what we're going to talk about today, are 5 ways that you can activate the law of attraction and use it in your business planning when you're creating a mission-driven, soul-based business. The first way to use the law of attraction in your business planning is to adopt the mindset that business planning is sexy, and that's what we're going to do first. And the best way to explain this is to tell a client story. So I'm going to tell you about Jennifer. Jennifer is a typical client of mine. She is a creative, a soulpreneur. She's a life coach, and she's looking to really change the world, not just change her world and herself, which is what happens when you build a business, but have an impact on the whole world and move it more into alignment with her vision for how a good world will be. And when we started working together and I brought up the topic of business planning, like many of my clients, she really resisted the idea of having a plan, because when you're a creative, a plan feels like chains. It feels like you're taking your creativity and your passion and, your leaps of faith and spontaneity, and you're stuffing it into a little box, and it's terrifying to think that you might lose your creative spark because you've put it into a plan. So that's where we started. We started with changing the mindset around business planning, and I encourage you to adopt this mindset as well. It isn't either or. It isn't I have a plan or I'm creative. It's both and. I have a plan and it helps me to be more creative. Planning creates boundaries that make it fun and safe to create. It makes sure that your creativity is headed in the right direction, towards your goals, towards your mission, in divine alignment. I believe that planning is actually super sexy because the alternative, being frazzled and poor and burnt out and trapped in the hustle and grind, is anything but sexy. It ruins your skin and makes you look older than you are, and it destroys your vibration. It dampens it right down, because when we're trapped in scarcity and fear and stress, that is a very low vibration. And that's why the first thing that you need to do is actually adopt this mindset that planning helps you to be creative and helps you to live out your mission in the world. It helps you to run your soulpreneur or coaching business. Then the second way that Jennifer and I worked on the law of attraction in her business planning was to get clear on what the law of attraction actually is and how we activate it. So here's how the law of attraction works. It works on resonance, and resonance means that your vibration is in harmony with the vibration of what you desire, what you intend to create. And that means your thoughts and your feelings, which is what creates a physical, measurable, energetic vibration and field around your body, has to be in alignment with what you want. So the next thing that you need to be really clear on is what you actually want. And that means you need to plan, you need to dream, you need to vision. That might be creating a vision board, it might be writing out a story about what you want the next year or 5 years or 10 years to look like. There are hundreds of exercises that you can go through to really vision out what you want to create. In my goal setting course, Plant, we gather all of it together, all of your dreams, all of your aspirations, all of your hopes and visions and goals, and we bring it all together and sort through it so that you can actually start pulling out where to begin with your goal setting. And it's really important that on a very regular basis, every quarter, every year, you take time out of doing your business to work on your business so that the vision stays clear and your energetic stays motivated and in resonance with what it is that you want to create. When I was working with Jennifer, she talked about what she desired, and what she desired was to make more money in her business, to have better relationships within her family, to feel more peace, to feel more love, to feel more relaxed about her place on the earth. And so she was setting this intention, this desire that had a very high energetic vibration. It was all about love, compassion, and building this world where we are able to have inner peace. That's what she wanted to create with her clients. And that means she had to create that with herself. The third way to activate the law of attraction in your business planning is to figure out what is not in resonance, what does not match what it is you want to create. Once you figure out what it is that you want to create, then you have to identify every place, everything, every thought, every feeling in you that is not in alignment with what it is you want to create, what is not in resonance. And that's why we harvest. Harvesting is looking back, going back in time and finding all of the places where you are losing energy. One of the biggest places we lose energy is with tolerations, and another is with anything unfinished. Unfinished projects, unfinished arguments, unfinished relationships, anything that we have not put a bow on, completed, and put away and let go of. So any forgiveness that you have not completed is going to create this unfinished energetic thread connecting you to it, and you will constantly be losing energy to it, and it will constantly be bringing down your resonance. So it is incredibly important that when you are doing business planning using the law of attraction, that you get very clear on what is not a match for the energetic vibration that you're looking to create, because then you can let it go, you can complete it, you can deal with it. And every mess you clean up, every tolerance you eliminate, every project you complete frees up energy and elevates your vibration so you can bring more of you, more of your power to the vision that you created in step 2. So the first way to use the law of attraction in our business planning is to make sure that you adopt the mindset that planning actually supports your creativity. It nourishes it, it cares for it, and gives it space. Number 2 is to realize that the law of attraction is all about resonance. So you need to figure out what it is that you want so that then you can work to get your vibration in resonance with it. And that's where we do visioning, goal setting, dreaming, all of the fun strategic looking ahead, working on the business work that so many soulpreneurs actually miss because they're trapped in that hustle and grind. Then the third way that we use the law of attraction in our business planning is to harvest, to make sure that we're cleaning up everything in the past, cleaning out the fields, making space for what is new and what is desired. If your life is chaotic and full of drama, you are literally not going to have the space to create what it is you desire. So we need to make that space. One of the questions that you can journal about and ask yourself and brainstorm on is, what do I need to complete to get clean? Start there and see where it takes you when it comes to cleaning up your energetic vibration. Then the fourth way to use the law of attraction in our business planning is to realize that we will change. One of the things that I see a lot of entrepreneurs or soulpreneurs and coaches do is that they set the vision. They take a course or they do an exercise and they get really into it and they're like, this is my mission, this is my vision, these are my goals, this is what I'm gonna do. And then they never go back to it and see if they're still in alignment with it. And here's what I've learned. Especially as soul-based business owners, when we are growing our business, when we're out in the world taking action and working with clients, not only is that changing the world, it is changing us. It is a feedback loop. And as we change, we need to make sure that our vision is evolving with us. It needs to change. The way I think about it and the way that I talked to Jennifer about it was that as she expanded, as she grew, as she became more of the person that she was meant to be, so did her vision, her horizon of destiny, like what she thought was possible for herself, actually expanded and grew as well. And this will happen for you. That's why it's so important that we take regular breaks in working in our business to work on our business so we can make sure we stay in alignment. So as Jennifer and I worked together, she realized that she was here to play a much bigger game and have a much bigger impact on the world than she had ever even thought was possible. And this is what happens. As the horizon moves back on our destiny, as we're able to see more and more because we've traveled this line of destiny more and more, we realize how much is actually possible. Jennifer even ended up creating a new ideal client profile. And I know for myself, I tweak my ideal client profile on a very regular basis, probably quarterly, and I've been doing this for years. I remember, for instance, the day that I realized that I wanted my ideal clients to budget for me. I didn't want to be an expense, and I definitely didn't want to be an unexpected expense or a resented expense. I wanted the coaching work that we were doing together to be an investment in their business, in themselves. And so I changed my ideal client profile to make sure that it included that my ideal clients budget for me and they invest that money gladly, joyfully, because they know they get a huge return on investment every time they invest $1 with me. When I started, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a possibility. I didn't even have the glimmer of the idea that it could be a possibility. Are you hanging with me? Do you see what I'm going for here? You don't know what you don't know. And as you take action and grow and get more resources and work with a coach and become more of the person that you're meant to be, your horizon will expand and you will see that more is possible. And you need to make sure that you're constantly updating your vision and your business to reflect what more is possible. It doesn't mean you toss everything out. It means you pivot and you adjust. As we grow as a soulpreneur, we're going to up-level every part of our business and personal life to bring it into alignment with the more and the better that we're envisioning, calling in, and using the law of attraction to get into resonance with. Okay, that was the fourth way to use the law of attraction in your 2020 business planning, and I'm about to share with you the fifth way to use the law of attraction, and I want to make sure you have everything you need to stay connected and take action. So in the description, I've put a link to the Powerhouse goal setting template. It'll walk you through exactly how to lay out a SMART goal so that you can actually achieve it. It's a quick little free training I've put together for you. It's pulled right out of my goal setting course, Plant. I've also included a link for you to register for the 2020 Planning Pajama Party 15-day challenge that we're having in the Powerhouse. There's a link there where you can register. You'll get all the information you need to take part in that planning challenge. If you know that your soulpreneur or coaching business needs some planning, and it does, then make sure you register for that challenge. We're going to get together for just small little bite-sized pieces of planning every day for the first 15 days in January to lay out what your 2020 will look like. I'm really excited about it, so register. It's in the description below. Okay, we're almost there to the fifth way to use the law of attraction in your business planning, and I want you to start thinking about what's your nugget of gold today. What have you learned, realized, or remembered that you'll be able to use right away in your business? What's one action you can take to bring more strategic planning into your business, like downloading the goal setting template or registering for the 15-day challenge, or just getting clear by asking yourself, what is it that I need to complete to get clean? There are a lot of ways to get started. Let me know what you're choosing in the comments and I'll see you there. Engagement is everything, especially for small YouTube creators like me. And you can help others to see this video, and believe me, it makes all the difference. By clicking the thumbs up, that helps so much. Sharing it out with your Powerhouse peers, and if you're new here or you haven't yet, by clicking subscribe and even ringing that bell so you get notified when we upload new videos, which is every week. It really does make all the difference. Thank you so much for engaging with the video. And for those of you who made it this far, for you Mojo Masters who know to watch all the way to the end of the video, here is the fifth way you can activate the law of attraction in your business planning for your soulpreneur or coaching business in 2020. You have to get specifically vague, which I love because it's a paradox. We have to find the fine line between being crystal clear and knowing exactly what we want, right down to the color of the car and the model and the make of exactly what we want, and allowing space for our unconscious mind and the divine to bring us what we actually need. So hang with me and I'll explain. For instance, when I was working with Jennifer, she got crystal clear on the type of person that she wanted to work with. Remember I said she was working on her ideal client profile. Well, she got so super clear that not only could she see those people in her mind's eye, she had a very clear avatar of the person she wanted to work with, but she got so clear that she actually started to identify people in her world on her social media feeds that she thought would be perfect clients for her to work with. That is getting crystal clear and very specific, and it's good. When you get super clear on your ideal client, you should be able to identify people in your world that actually fit that profile. And I know that happens with me as well. When I develop a new offer, I have people in my mind that I think would be perfect for that offer. She also, based on what she desired, got crystal clear and specific with her revenue. Her revenue goal for 2020 is $103,457. And there's a lot of reasons why it's that specific, and we get into those in plant. And you might be like, but wait, Vanessa, you said you also need to be vague. And $103,457, that ain't vague, is it? No, it's totally crystal clear. So here's the magic phrase that we add on to the end of all of our goals and in all of our visioning and everything that I do when it comes to strategic planning, so that our unconscious mind and the divine have room to play and work magic and miracles in our life. And that phrase that I like to think of as the little goal-setting magic phrase is this or something better. You see, what happens to people when they get locked into the specific part and forget about the vague part is that they refuse anything that doesn't match their idea about what they actually want. And what you want is not necessarily what you need or what will be best for you. And we want both. We want to be co-creating, we want to have input, and we want to stay open to what is possible and what is good. Because we're looking to attract something new into our world, it means we don't have it, and we haven't had it, and we don't really know what it looks like. It's out there past the edge of our comfort zone. And so if we get locked into the specifics and we say it must look like this, we're actually putting shackles on manifestation and hindering the law of attraction, because we're saying it has to be exactly this down to every detail, when what we're actually resonating and what we actually need and our destiny is calling for something that's slightly different. We have to surrender. We simply can't control the whole thing consciously, or it becomes very tight, stressful, and constricted. And that is the best way I know to cut off any chance of the law of attraction bringing us what we actually desire. So the fifth way to work with the law of attraction in our business planning is to be specifically vague, to get really specific on what we want, and then say this or something better to make space for what it is that we actually need, that we will actually bring in when we're working deeply with our unconscious mind, with the laws of the universe, with the divine, and making magic and manifestation happen in our life and soulpreneur business. So are you ready to get serious about your business planning and using the law of attraction in 2020 to create the life and the business of your dreams? Are you ready to set a goal and actually get a goal? Well, make sure you get that goal setting template that's linked in the description. Sign up for the Powerhouse Planning Pajama Party that's happening in January. The link's in the description. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.